Welcome to another retro shelf video, and today we have the fully loaded edition of Metal Slug from the Ultimate History from Bitmap Books in association with SNK. Now this one's been sitting on my shelf for a while and I haven't had the time to read it, so I finally got around to reading it. But first let's have a look at this amazing slipcover because it does something rather clever. So, as you may have guessed, there's a hidden chip and a battery in there. So we'll switch that off and we'll look at the back. Bitmap Books is incredibly proud to announce Metal Slug: The Ultimate History, the first officially licensed book to document the lineage of one of gaming's most beloved franchises. An instant classic upon its debut in 1996, the original Metal Slug laid the foundation for an action-packed series which would become globally renowned for its tight gameplay, gorgeous hand-drawn visuals and playful sense of humour. Metal Slug has effortlessly retained these core attributes across multiple sequels and spin-offs in the years since, and this publication, the first officially licensed and fully endorsed book of its kind ever, aims to not only illuminate the rich history of the franchise via hundreds of screenshots and a comprehensive written account of its often mysterious history, but also seeks to celebrate the iconic artwork which has made millions of players fall in love with the antics of the plucky Peregrine Falcon squad. To help achieve this goal, SNK has offered unprecedented access to its vast archives of concept artwork and illustrations, some of which is being made public available for the first time. The book also contains exclusive and incredibly detailed interviews with key members of the development team, including Kazuma Kujo, Takushi Hiyamoto, Ando Kenji and Takeshi Okoi, the latter two of which have never spoken about the series previously. These insightful discussions bust myths and reveal the real truth behind the creation and evolution of this esteemed franchise. So we'll take the book out of its slipcase. The back has the repeat of that text. The spine we've already had a quick look at. And the cover has Marco jumping out with his full arsenal of games. And I kept from the packaging a little sticker saying official licensed product. I've got some other goodies that came with this. And put aside. So contents. Introduction, foreword by Yutaka Noguchi. And we start off with the history. So we talk about the origins, team members moving over to Irem. Some basic background and some inspiration, artwork, initial version, some gorgeous background spreads there, concept artwork and adverts again, and what's interesting is talking about how originally you were just controlling the tank. Only later became, after a location test, only then became a run and gun as we know it with the characters. Then look at the games. In the Hunt was what some of the team worked on at Irem. You can see some similarities with Metal Slug in the artwork and the design. Gun Force 2. I do have the Super Nintendo version of that. And again, run and gun, several of the team worked on. You control vehicles. And then the core Metal Slug, so the original. So here we start to see some of the gorgeous illustrations and concept artwork, so storyboard logos, character studies, the vehicles themselves as they were designed, Metal Slug tanks. Some of the any vehicles we start to display, and it's fun reading the names There's the prisoner of war there, Sophia, who comes along to help you. Alan O'Neill, who turns up in several of the games. So on to some coloured artwork. And more beautiful studies here. And pixel artwork showing it into the game, the redesigned levels and changes that made it into the game we know today. Home CD release. Animation frames, backgrounds. Metal Slug 2, which many will remember, I think. You got the camel and the mech suit. Many will remember for the slowdown and the problems that it had in various areas. And when you get turned into a mummy as well. The UFO abducting the general at the end there. Amazing animation frames. Showing some of the detail of the ab soldier with a sword there. And the problems with Metal Slug 2 in the engine led to Metal Slug X, aiming to fix some of the issues, remixing and remaking the levels for the first two games. Promotional artwork there, and looking at the game itself, these spreads of pixel artwork are gorgeous in this book. Eat too much food. There's the POWs, the aliens who turn up. Metal Slug first mission for the Neo Geo Pocket, which has a very distinctive style, really cleverly done. And again, you can see the attention to detail in a handheld game with all those sprites. Metal Slug 3. And again, beautiful advertising artwork. The branching pathways there, so you face different enemies. Blood spurt when you get turned into the zombie. In 3, the UFO turning up again. Other vehicles you can control. The frozen soldier there. Bosses to take on. Metal Slug's second mission. Second handheld outing. Cutscenes. Character art. And the animation frames again. The backgrounds. Metal Slug 4. From after the bankruptcy of SNK, outsourced to another team, and there's some interesting reading about that later. Everyone involved. Again, you can see pixels there, then Playmore take over the reins. On to 6 here. Metal Slug 6, arcade, PS2 and PS3. Metal Slug 3D, which didn't get a favourable response and never got a Western release. And then Metal Slug 7. Developed exclusively for Nintendo DS. I do own 7 on the DS. I do like the training mission section in there. You can take on missions and try to achieve various targets. Got a very good art style. Very much in the classic mould. And then the interview section. So, Kasuma Kujo, Takushi Yamata. Some fascinating reading, talking about what they were working on before, how they managed to change from RM to SNK. Natsushi Karuka, background artist, so that's an interesting look at and one aspect of the game. Shinichi Yamada and Takeshi Okoi. And here's some logos, some NASCAR logos it developed, in-depth level design, So level design documents telling me where things are, what hit points and so on that an enemy would need, how to destroy it, and that's fairly exclusive. Then Ando Kenji, known as Andy in the credits of the games, was the programmer. So it's great to read his words in there for the first time. And Kazuhiro Takashita worked at SNK Europe. As he says, Metal Slug was a huge success for them in Europe. Sadaki Matsumoto, who worked on the backgrounds for the Neo Geo Pocket Color games, first mission and second mission. So again, that's an interesting look at from that angle. And Hideri Mamoto worked at Metal Slug, who took over from Metal Slug 4, worked on Metal Slug Advance. So that's taking up to the Mon games. And Toshikazu Tanaka, composer, who's a freelancer on most recent games, and Tonko, who created art for SNK, and she did cover art and adverts for several of the Metal Slug games. And that's the end. So thanks and credits. End papers there with the blueprints. And so that is Metal Slug, The Ultimate History from Bitmap Books. I have to say, it's a fascinating read, beautifully illustrated, up to the usual high standards of Bitmap Books. I'm so glad I got the fully loaded edition with the unique sounding cover. I really enjoy that. It's a nice touch. And I have to say, I can thoroughly recommend this book. It's a truly detailed read, a look behind the scenes of an amazing franchise, and if you're a fan of the games, you will love it too. So, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more Retro Shelf book reviews, and I'll see you in the next video. Like, share, comment below, and subscribe, please.